Have you ever wondered how to say something like first place or the third time's the charm in German? Well, today we're going to crack the code on German ordinal numbers. I know, it sounds kind of complicated, but you're about to see just how simple it really is. So, let's get right to it.
Okay, let's just jump in with a question. We all know 3 in German is drei, but how do you make that third? Stick with me here, because by the end of this quick explainer, you'll know the answer without even having to think about it. The secret? It's all about a simple, logical pattern. All right, let's start with the first and most important rule. For pretty much every single number under 20, all you have to do is add a teen to the end. That's it. Simple, right? Let me show you how it works. Take a look at this. The number 2, zwei, becomes zweite. 4, vier, becomes dritte. And 5, fünf, becomes fünfte. See that? You can just hear that simple te sound tacked on at the end every single time. It's a really clear and consistent pattern. And guess what? This pattern just keeps on going. For 6, sechs becomes sechste. For 9, which is neun, it becomes neunted. And for 10, zehn, it's zehnte. Seriously, once you've got this te rule down, you're already most of the way there. So what about the teen numbers? Does the rule suddenly change? Nope, not at all. It's exactly the same. 11, elf, becomes elfte. 13, dreizehn, becomes dreizehnte. And it goes all the way up to 19, which is neunzehnte. So the big takeaway for all numbers under 20 is just add t. But, like with any language, there are always a few little rule breakers.
You know how it is. With every rule, there are always a few rebels. But here's the good news. In this case, there are only 4 of them. And they're actually pretty easy to spot. So let's meet the exceptions, the ones that add a little bit of character to the language.
Okay, so you're probably feeling pretty confident with that te rule, right? Well, just hold on for 1 second. There are 4 very specific numbers you need to watch out for. These are the ones that kind of decided to march to the beat of their own drum. And here they are, our 4 rule breakers. First is totally different. Eins becomes erste. Third is also its own thing. Drei becomes dritte. Now, the other 2 are just tiny spelling tweaks, mainly to make them easier to say. Sieben drops its en ending to become siebte, and acht loses a t, so it's achte, not achte. And that's it, just those 4 little guys to remember. So, what happens when we get to 20? Well, the rule changes, but believe it or not, it actually gets even easier. From the number 20 all the way up into the millions and beyond, there's only one new ending you will ever need to know. This right here is the whole system in a nutshell. For the smaller numbers, under 20, you add te. But for 20 and everything above it, you add ste. That little s is the only difference. And you want to know the best part? Once you're past 20, there are no more exceptions to worry about. None. Let's try it out. 20 for 20 becomes zwanzigste. Easy. But what about a longer number, like 21 for 21? The rule works just the same. It becomes einundzwanzigste. You literally just tack ste onto the very end of the whole word, no matter how long it gets. And this is where this rule gets really, really powerful. It just skills up forever. 30th, that's dreißigste. 100th, hundertste. 2000th, zweitausendste. You can even go to 3 millionth, and it's just drei millionste. Once you know this ste rule, you can create the ordinal for almost any number you can possibly think of. Okay, so we've gone through the 2 main rules and those 4 little exceptions. Let's pull it all together now into one simple, handy toolkit that you can use anytime you need. So here it is, your complete guide. For numbers under 20, add te. For everything 20 and up, you add st. And you just have to remember our 4 rebels: erste, dritte, siebte, and achte. That is honestly all you need to know to form any ordinal number in German. And just like that, you've got the whole system down. So I'll leave you with just one final question. Using what you've just learned, what's going to be the erste, the very first thing you do with this new skill? Thanks for tuning in.